Okay, so quick trade review here. We took a short, or I took a short on ES here. I was actually looking at NASDAQ initially. I did all my analysis on NASDAQ. We can see that the high of day coming into 9:30 open, which is right here. High of day was created during London session. And from there, on the higher time frame, we see that price is just kind of slowing down. And we created this huge gap on the way up yesterday. And we did pretty much like an hourly inverse here. So I was thinking we would draw into this gap today, this morning, which has played out. But the thing about NASDAQ was when I was looking at it coming into the 9:30 open, which I'm going to just go into replay mode here for a second. Maybe. Here we go. So if we look at it here, right before the open, we had all this chop here. And it looked like prices creating these relative equal highs that would get run. But we come into 9:30 open right here, and price basically creates another high and did this. I was only looking at NASDAQ at the time, but then I thought, okay, let's see what ES looks like. And ES did actually displace higher first, and then created this inverse right here. Now I was a little slow on my entry here, so what ended up happening was it created the next candle, and I kind of set my entry here. So eventually I missed it here, and then I think I got in here finally. So this is where I entered with one contract. So I'm holding, and my target's down here, and we don't quite get to like take profit slash break even yet. And price comes back and goes into this inverse and this SIBI. So it rejects. As soon as I see rejection, I add another contract here, and I take the first one off right here, and then I trail the stop. So I trailed it basically, I let it play out a bit. I put it here because I did not want it to return higher, and it ends up taking me out before going lower. Now, this is one thing I struggle with, and that is leaving my stop loss alone versus putting it at a break even. My thought process is that, you know, when I can secure profits as much as I can, I try to. I also try to hold out for my target, but there's no guarantee that this target was going to get hit. And there's many times where this may be the draw on liquidity, but the draw on liquidity doesn't get hit. So I, you know, preserve capital. Um, so I'll move my stop either, like I move my stop to break even as soon as this point got hit, and then, or rather, actually as this move came down and create another low, that's when I put the stop loss at like right above break even right here, and then I moved it down as this high within the SIBI was created. But anyways, price does end up hitting my goal or my target, but does that mean that's gonna happen every single time? No, probably not. Anyways, still walked away with quite a bit of profit. And the tricky part about all this is like, yeah, it's fine. Like, it's okay to feel like you're holding for the target. Like, on this EVO account, but when you get to the funded account and you have the trailing drawdown, like imagine where this, like I got here, I got in here and I was about 200 bucks in profit, and then it starts going against me. Like my immediate thing is that I want like my like psychology goes crazy because you're like I'm like I want price to just go hit my target so that I can get out. Um, and when it doesn't, I put my stop at break even when it's going trailing or going in my direction. And when I get stopped out at break even, like one, I just took a loss because of trailing drawdown, and I didn't gain anything, and that's a trigger. It's a straight up trigger. Um, and secondly, you wait long enough and you'll see that your target gets hit, and that's even more frustrating. So I've been really struggling with this aspect of my trading because it's like on the higher time frames I can determine which way price is going to go. I'm pretty good. I feel like I'm pretty good at it. But when I get to the lower time frames, I just get manhandled. I've been getting manhandled, and it's frustrating. I don't know. Well, it's you try to wait and see, like when when my like conditions are met, something, and when I like I when I, it's when I they are not met, that either I FOMO in or they're met and I'm doing everything right and I still get stopped out, and then I just kind of go trigger happy, you know. I mean, granted, the other thing that I've been battling with is just over leveraging in general. With ES here, I was able to take a very manageable trade because the risk wasn't crazy high. In fact, it was $260, I think, which is perfect, the perfect risk initially. When I added the contract here, it was around right here. When I added that, then the risk went up. But my stop essentially came to here, so it was pretty much the same. It went from here to there. So, anyways, I think video journaling at least helps. Um, it helps me get my thoughts out. It helps me kind of reflect on where my head was at. But this was a good trade. I mean, I'm glad I did switch it up and go to ES. I mean, just look at Nasdaq. It just went. Like there is no opportunity here to get involved. And I would have chased, and then I would have gotten either stopped out or um, break evened because I'm trailing my stop to try to catch this move. And then I would have been like stopped out or break even, stopped out, break even, and then bang, like the target's already hit. And this is where I get super just frustrated because you know where it's going. You just can't get in. You just can't be a part of the move. It's really frustrating.